Hey, lovelies. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Welcome to my first live in 6 months. I cannot believe it has been that long since I have come to hang out with all of you. I am very excited for this little check-in, this checkup, this let's get real with ourselves moment. Thank you all for joining in tonight. It's actually kind of funny because the last live that I did was my makeup slash beauty goals for 2023. So I have not done one, like I said, in 6 months, and I'm excited to get to hang out with all of you tonight. And hopefully we can all kind of share how we're doing, if we had goals, how we're doing with them, and hopefully cheer each other on. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly, and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, so me and my eyebrows are excited to see all of you. You know what's so funny is when you do your makeup and you don't accentuate your eyebrows, it feels kind of odd. But if you start your makeup and almost all you have on is eyebrows, then it looks just as odd, if not even more odd. So I'm feeling a little eyebrowy right now. So I do want to take a moment to say hi to everyone who's popping into the chat. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Stephen. Whatever time of day it is, it's all good. I'm just excited to see you here. It's so funny because I have done that before where it's like, good morning. And it's, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, it's kind of morning, sort of. And then let's see, we have Jilly Mack here. Hey, Eden, how are you doing? So thank you, everybody. Oh, Stephen, did you just pop down the link to that voting? I'm assuming maybe that's what it is. So if you aren't following me on Instagram at Keep Beauty Real, which I think most of everybody that I see here in the chat is, I just posted a story today asking you all to help me pick out the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use tonight. I am going to do a little date night look using some of my Shop My Stash items, and I wanted some help because I just couldn't decide which one to pull out. Okay, thanks, Stephen. You just said that you just shared my account link. So I really just wanted to come together again. Like I said, most of this was just to kind of hang out. It's been a while. I really want to get back into doing more lives. If you have been, kind of hanging out with me for the last couple of years, there was a point where I was doing these about once a week. And then I sort of, when the world sort of got super busy again, I sort of dropped off of it. And then I wanted to do it again. And I got a new computer and I just could not figure out the things that I needed to do to download to get my camera to work again. So we're back. We're here. We're ready to roll. I even have my microphone on tonight. I don't know. It's just all coming together for us. I'm excited that you could all be here for the one time that everything has gone smoothly so far. Fingers crossed. Hey, Jody, thanks for popping in. Hey, Maria, so great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, like I said, we're going to talk about makeup goals. I honestly, it's embarrassing, but when I decided to do this check-in, I could not remember a single makeup goal that I had. So that maybe gives you a little hint as to how I'm doing so far. Actually, I'm not doing as bad as I thought maybe that I would be, because goodness knows, goodness knows it could be worse. But I was like, wow, if you don't remember even what you were striving for, you probably haven't done very good. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. So now, yes. Actually, yes, absolutely. I'm winning already just because you can all see and hear me tonight. This is great. So, hey, Lisa, thanks for popping in. So let's go ahead, and I am just going to start out and we'll talk a little bit about the goals that I had. So let me pop this up here. What I was surprised is that I had actually written a note on my phone to keep track and keep myself honest. I just evidently never checked in on that note, because why would I? I don't know what's going on here. So I'm just going to pop into that. So yes, I had a makeup goals, beauty goals, 2023 note in my phone, and probably didn't open it up after I started it. So for tonight, just to sort of expedite this process, I did go ahead and I started out with a foundation. I actually did not use the one that is in my Shop My Stash, which is the Salt New York Sneaky Balm, because if I'm going to be honest, I used it a couple times and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really liking this right now. And I kind of want to save it for when I'm going to be doing videos where you can see a little bit better, just because the quality right now with going through streaming isn't as good. And I want to savor it when I know I'm going to actually be wearing my makeup somewhere other than probably just washing it off a couple hours afterwards. So what I did go through with is actually a cocktail that I've really been enjoying right now. So I have my Nars Light Reflecting Foundation, and I wear this in Fiji, and then I have the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue in Ginger. So this is a good combination for me right now. It's almost like a little too light because Fiji is sort of my like fall winter shade, and the Complexion Rescue in Ginger is sort of my like summer shade, but it's still almost too light because this one is just so pigmented, and it was literally like a tiny little dab on the back of my hand. So that's all I have on. I do have on some concealer on my eyelids, so that's not all I have on. That's all I have on my face. My eyelids are a little bit pink because I wore a Divina Cosmetics eye look today, and the one shade that I had on, the lid shade, did stain my eyelids. It's not a big deal. It's not from like irritation or anything. It's just I know that that shade Nocturne Ash does have a pink base to it, and it really stained my eyelids, which is totally fine. The look was gorgeous. I loved it. So no complaints there, but I did want to just sort of like not look like I maybe had pink eye when I hopped on. All right, so yes, seriously, this is such a lovely foundation. And I think I mentioned this in a video recently that I'm really thinking about getting a deeper shade in this foundation because it is so nice. I like to mix it with moisturizer when I want to sheer it out and wear it as like, more of a tinted moisturizer. I really just think the finish of it is beautiful. It's just like the perfect skin finish, not too glowy and not too drying. And Maria, you have oily skin, so it's really interesting. Well, I mean, I'm not accusing you of having oily skin from watching your videos. I believe that you said that you have oily skin. So if it works on you as well and it works on me being normal to dry, that's really great. So you've not tried any Salt New York products yet. Yeah. Oh gosh, Hannah. Okay, so I honestly really like my Salt New York products. The Sneaky Balm I enjoy a lot, and I had actually forgotten how much I do like it for something that's just a very sheer sort of like blurring product that does give you some tint. And the Cream Tint Pros are one of my favorite cheek products if you like something that is, that very like balmy texture. They are just lovely. It really bums me out though that Kiki did like a whole revamp of the cheek and lip colors. So literally all of the ones that I have but one are discontinued now, and she has all new shades, which is, I mean, fine, but it's just a little bit of a bummer that all the ones I have, I'm not probably going to use that much on camera unless it is something like this, like a Shop My Stash, because you can't get them anymore. So that's just sort of a bummer. So, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I would have to disagree with how that works, Stephen, because yes, it can kind of like help, but sometimes then you just sort of look like ghostly and then with a lot of ready bronzer over the top. But I'd rather have it that way than too dark for sure. 100. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, okay. The Nars Sheer Glow. I don't think I have that one. I have the other one, the Nars. Which one is it? Is this the Sheer Glow? That's going to be really embarrassing. No, I have the this one, the Natural Radiant Longwear, but I haven't tried the Sheer Glow one. So that's really interesting. They do really, Nars has some great complexion products, and I think they get a little bit of a bad rap just because it's like orgasm everything all the time. But they do actually really have some nice things when you like do a deeper dive into the brand. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the first goal let's see. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off on the eyeshadow for just a little bit. So maybe I will go through and do some bronzer. I'm going to hold off on the I think I know what blush I want to put on, but I'm going to go through and start some skin. So my first goal for 2023 was to not purchase any skincare until May. And that excludes the repurchasing if I run out of my VIPs like vitamin C, retinol, some of the things that I keep in my like portfolio, if you will, all the time. Like in my regimen, it's the ones that I have to do all the time. And I will say, I actually kept to that. I really did because I had a lot. And so I've really been trying to get through. So I was very proud of myself for not purchasing any. I did, and technically I didn't purchase it. Let me decide. I don't know which one I want to do for my bronzer. Hold on, sorry. Mm, okay, you know what? You are all going to be here with me. Let's see. You know what? We're talking about the Salt New Yorks. I was going to use my contour balm, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use the Janessa Myricks. I'm going to use the Salt New York because this is actually still available. So I'm going to use the Sculpt and Bronze. They might call it something else. It might be something with like contour or something, but I'm going to use it in the shade medium. So we will pop this on the cheeks right now. And anyway, as I was saying, so Clarity Cosmetics, I saw one day on their Instagram that they did this like flash secret sale. So if you found the items that they had listed as free, you could add those 3 items to your cart and have them sent to you. And so I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm all about like looking to see what these free products are. And it was some of their skincare. So I did grab some of those. And when I did that, I was talking to Jeremy and he was like, oh, I could use some skincare too. So he actually went on and grabbed some of it as well. So I really honestly, I didn't know if I was going to plan to use it or not. What drew me into getting it is it's all like coffee themed. So Jeremy's enjoying it so far. I haven't decided if I'm going to dip into it or I might actually put it into a giveaway. Um, it was just one of those late night, like, oh, that sounds interesting. But he said he is actually enjoying the products that he got so far. But that was actually in May and it was free. So I spent the like, I don't even know. I spent the like $10 or whatever it was to have the 3 products sent. And then I didn't spend anything else. So you can see here, this is such a beautiful, like blendable product and it really does sink into the skin and it just creates this beautiful, like warmth to the skin. Again, this is the shade medium. And right now I would say I'm fairly tan. I'm about 60% of the way into my summer tanness at this point. So I also have the lighter shade because I do really like that one if I'm looking for something that's just like a little bit cooler, a little more mellow. We'll get a little bit right down here too. So let's see here, Steven. So was there any new skincare that was tempting me during that period? Well, I have been very tempted to try the Lisa Eldridge skincare. The price is, kind of keeping me from that other than just my my makeup goals for the year. My budgeting goals for the year are keeping me away from that. I'm very curious. I would maybe get some samples. I think that she was doing like the little packs or something. Just sounded so lovely, but Lisa could honestly like smear dirt on her face and I'd be like, wow, that looks so amazing. I need to try that. So I kind of held off on that. Was there anything else? Off the top of my head, those were the things that really were drawing me in. Yes, Linda, this is a LaRafe. So this is my favorite face brush from the brand. This is the F15. The only thing is right now they don't have this one in stock, or at least they didn't have it in stock. They were having some, I believe, because when I reached out, I was like, hello, this is my favorite. And I tell everybody it's my favorite. Are you going to bring it back? And I think that they were having some manufacturing issues. So they were waiting to kind of get that like, quality control. So this one, it does have a similar shape to like the BK Beauty 101. And then obviously like the 109. I think that that's probably going to be a little bit closer here if you can see these. So it's a little bit more, there's just something, it's a little more stiff, I would say, but similar-ish. This one I use a lot for the like cream products that I have, contour, blush, bronzer, all the things. You could use this for foundation too if you're like me and you like to be team small brush. Let me see if I can find it here on the floor. This is how lives roll, right? Because I can't just like stop the camera and be like, let me find that other LaRafe brush. Oh, don't mind me. I'll be back in just a moment here. Oh, it didn't happen. I just heard it click off and it didn't happen. I fixed that, by the way, everyone. If you remember, I used to have that like black hole situation that would go on about 20 minutes in, and I think I fixed it. But anyway, they do make a bigger one as well. I just recently purchased some new to me LaRafe brushes. So I'm actually going to be doing a video soon using them all. So stay tuned for that. But I do really love this brush and I will definitely be letting people know if I see it in stock. Okay, so we've got our bronzer on. That is great. So I'm feeling good about the skincare because I feel like I've really been knocking through using a lot of the skincare that I have, and it just feels so good to be using those things because they do expire, obviously. In fact, even when I was doing my skincare organization, I was like, I should probably double check these expiration dates on some of the things that I haven't used. So as I pull them out, I might be checking some of them anyway, but it has been really nice to sort of like, you know, center myself and sort of get a little bit more organized and use up some of the things that I have. Right now, looking into what I have, I am not going to need cleanser. I am not going to need moisturizer even for quite a while. So I'm definitely solid. I'll probably just be getting my actives and I'll be good to go for a while. Maybe a mask once I use up a couple. I might consider doing that. But other than that, I think I'm going to continue with this no skincare purchasing because it's been so gratifying to like get through what I have. I just saw this one. That would be hilarious. And it would be very interesting to see how they did that. That is so funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think that, Linda, it is because that brush they've been having a lot of issues with. So definitely stay tuned. I will let you know if I see it come back in stock. Hey, Deandra, thank you for popping in. So it's funny, Deandra, I don't know if you saw, but I was just talking about how I finally got everything set up with my camera again. Deandra and I have been talking a lot about like getting reset up for lives because she's been considering starting to do more lives. So let's all like peer pressure her a little bit into doing it. Because she's just so awesome live. I really love getting to see your Instagram live, so I think it'll be great on YouTube as well. And then we can do one together. I'll be super stoked. So we've been talking for months about getting our ish together to be able to do lives again, and now we both have actually like gotten to that point. So I think it's really exciting. Okay, so for blush, I am going to use, we might double dip. We might layer blushes. We'll have to see, but I do want to use this one that I talked about in my recent video because it's one that I shared in my summer picks, and it also was in my Shop My Stash, obviously. And this is the I'm Meme Pep Balm. So this is a sort of like wear it wherever balm. So you can use it as a lip balm, you can use it as a cheek balm, and it's just so beautiful and it looks great on the skin, especially if you're wearing something that's not like super full coverage and you just want like that extra glow. So this I really love because it is very concentrated, but you can also sheer it out quite a bit. In that summer picks video that I did, I just did a tiny little swatch of it, and I don't think it really showed like just how pigmented you can really get this. So I have the shade, I think it's just it's 001. I lied. I was talking about it the other day and I said 002. So this is 001. So it's more of like a ruddy red. It's so pretty. So I'm going to take a BK Beauty 108 brush. I could probably just take that same Lara Fay brush, but I'm going to take the BK Beauty. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on the cheeks one at a time and then blend this in. And I'm going to do quite a blushy look just so you can see like how pigmented this gets. And I think they have like 5 or 6 colors. And you know, in the summertime, like I am all about being team blush. And when I do this, I just kind of mostly am doing stippling motion with a little bit of like pulling it down just on the top to kind of like take away that line. But this is just like kind of like summer sunburnt, you know, like it just gives me that feel of being just in from the sun. And it's just so buildable. So you could really sheer it out, but you could wear it with more intensity like this as well. And I just think it really gives that like summer cheek without the UV rays. Just adding a little bit onto my brush here. And I think if you have a more oily skin type and you want something that is more in this like balmy format, this would be a really nice one. These are not as emollient as the Salt New York balms. Those do have more of like a very balmy texture and they are more glowy on the skin than this. I would say that this is really like a satin skin finish. I mean, it looks kind of the same as that little cocktail that I did with the Nars and the Bare Minerals. So that is really going to be more like a skin finish. How are we looking here? I think pretty good. It right now is In person, it's looking a little odd just because of, like, my pink stained eyelids, but other than other than that, it's looking good. So here is what I have left on my hand. So very, very pigmented, very, very pigmented. So I'm just going to blend this out so that you can see how this looks. Hey, Denise, nice to see you. So you can see that shears out really well if you blend it quite a bit, but this really is that just like sunburnt look. Okay, cool. So I'm going to hold off on the highlight because I am probably going to do a little bit of concealer. So we'll go ahead and do that in just a second. So hopefully some of you were able to vote. I saw which which palette was in the lead right before I hopped onto the live, but I'm going to check right now. So as I'm doing that, what I wanted to let everybody know, like I said, I'm going to be doing a little date night makeup. So you all know that I love to do a little gift giving when we have these lives. Usually I try to have like a little something, and I did want to do a little giveaway in today's video. So I wanted to do a little date night palette. So I do have one of the Viseart palettes that I'm going to be doing a giveaway for somebody in the live tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this one. This is the Neutral Mattes Milieu, and it's this one right here. I'm not going to open it because germs, but I thought that this is a really great option for date night because you have some neutrals, you have some colors, and the Viseart matte formula is just so, so pretty. So I'm going to put this right back in her little box here. So I have this, and then I also have a cute little set of Luxie eye brushes in this black and rose gold package. And they're these little, they're like almost like periwinkle. They're like a purpley slight periwinkle. So all you have to do is put since these are like almost on the purple side, we'll just do a purple heart in the comments, and then I'll be picking from the comments if you want to either leave your Instagram handle with the heart or your email so that I can contact you. But someone in the live chat tonight will be winning this little duo, this little date night duo. So thank you all for joining in tonight. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Instagram. Hold on. We're like all over the place tonight. Welcome to my lives. So let's go ahead and see. I did have 3 palettes in here. I did have oh my gosh, we have a tie right now. Y'all, seriously, you're killing me. So we have the Gourmand Girl Spooked palette. We have the Natasha Denona Sunrise, and we have the Prism palette. So the Natasha Denona and the Prism palette are tied right now. So I am going to go with the one that was in the lead when I last looked, and it was the Prism palette. So we'll go ahead and do that one. I will say I do have some looks that I'll be showing like static posts with the Natasha Denona palette, because since picking that one out in my Shop My Stash, I've been actually using it quite a bit. So I will have some looks to showcase that. So we will go ahead and go with this one. Deandra, I knew you probably picked Spooked because I had that feeling, but I really do think it is a great palette for the summertime. Like the tones in there, I know, you think like Halloween palette or whatever, but the tones in there are really great. So that's why it was in my top picks for summer. So we'll go ahead and do a look from the ABH Prism palette. I do really enjoy this one. I think it's a lovely color story. And we'll go ahead and do a little smoky eye. For me, a smoky eye is great for date night, and I think it's really going to go well with this. I hope that we don't get fallout everywhere. Okay, so back to the goals here. So my second goal was to organize my makeup cabinet and organize skincare by category. So I actually got most of that done because if you saw, I did do a skincare declutter / organization. So all of the skincare hoard that's in that cabinet is now still slightly a hoard, but it's all an organized hoard. So we're winning there. Now, the only thing that I have to organize as far as makeup goes, I really still need to organize my bottom drawer, which is where I keep all of my giveaway stuff. And I also have some like extras / backups in there. And that thing is like a toppling tower of makeup. So I need to get in there and take care of that. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. So halfway through that goal, I feel like that is really good. So I'm definitely excited about that. All right, I'm starting to see those purple hearts come in. Awesome. Jilly, you said that, yeah, so seriously, I have not pulled out that palette in a while. And so I was like, oh, this color story is like perfect for summer. And since I pulled it, I was like, yeah, I'm actually really having fun with it. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is like a little emerald teal little smoky eye moment. So first I'm going to just go through and I'm going to lay down this brown, and we'll go through and start after that. All right, so here's the next one that is a little bit of a shame. By the way, I'm going through with the Wayne Goss 19. My next goal was limited lip purchases. Brands like Lisa Eldridge, no lip gloss, and then I'm going to reevaluate my goals at 6 months. Yeah, let me tell you, January Kelly should have talked to after January Kelly and been like, listen here. we need to reevaluate what's going on because you have gotten off the rails. So I didn't get that much, y'all. I did do a little bit. So I actually went through and tried to see which what I did as far as like lip purchases. So yeah, Linda, you too? Okay. Yeah, me too. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have purchased 7 lip products. And so, okay, sound off in the comments. Do lip oils count as lip glosses, or is it a totally different thing? Because then I'm not doing quite so bad. Because what I ended up doing was I purchased 2 lipsticks, and they were in the Sephora collection. And that was when Sephora was 30% off in the sale. And I picked up 2 lipsticks, which are both actually in my Shop My Stash right now. So we might use one of those tonight. And then I did purchase one of the Glossier Balm.coms, which I actually do really like. I purchased the Fig one, and that stays in my car, especially now that it's summer, and a stick lip balm will just completely liquefy and like run out the cap. So I did want something that was a little bit more of like a liquid in a tube so that it would be more friendly for the heat, because I do like to keep something in my car. But y'all, we've had like 97-degree days already here in Wisconsin. So I wanted something that was like going to, not cause a mess in my car. So then I purchased the Sigma lip oil, which I will say that to me, that's more like a gloss, but it said it was going to be a lip oil, and that's not my fault. And then I did purchase the new Merit lip oil, the Gelée formula, and I love, love, love that one. I have it in maraschino. No regrets there at all. But then I did purchase 2 of the Sydney Grace lip toppers. I just couldn't help it. I was too curious and I needed to try it. And that's what happened. So out of all of these, did I need any of these products out of the 7 that I got? Probably not. I probably didn't need any of them, because the only thing that I maybe kind of quote unquote needed was the balm.com. But if I go through my lip care, I probably have a tube or a liquid something or something that goes on with a doe foot that I could have kept in my car. So I probably didn't need any of those. So I'm sort of failing on that. So I need to slow my roll on the lip glosses. I'm going to check and see here what everybody's saying. Okay. Oh, Denise, you're breaking my heart here. Help a girl out. So you're saying you'd count them together because they seem to go bad faster. You are totally right. All right. Well, we have, I agree. Oils and glosses are different, but I do feel like I actually reach for both around the same times. Like when I'm just wanting a wash of color and some juicy lips. So I probably don't need both of those. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that emerald shade. That's the shade Throne. Since we're going with Wayne Goss, we're going to just keep on going here. I have the 18 brush. This is still one of my favorite shimmer eyeshadow brushes, and he doesn't make this one anymore, so it's kind of sad. So I'm just going to take a little Fix Plus here. So as I am going through here, let's start off on a high note. So does anyone want to share in the chat like something that they had as a goal that they have been accomplishing or doing really well with this year for 2023? We can like cheer each other on. Is anybody like, yeah, I've been a rock star and I totally did this? Because I would like to applaud you. I mean, so far, I'm not doing too bad, but I probably could have been doing better. Now that I remember what my goals were, which sounds totally ridiculous, I can probably do a little bit better. Deandra, you know what? You're not basic. You just know what you like, right? You have a signature look, I guess, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. Lord knows. Like, there's nothing wrong with just knowing what you like best, what makes you happy, and just sticking with it. Like, I think sometimes we get pressured into trying something new when we're like, but I really like what I have and what I do use, you know? So I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Plus, it saves some money. Ooh, Denise, is this a goal that you have that you've achieved? Good for you. That's amazing. You know, the struggle is real. Hormones, my friend. Let me tell you. So that is awesome. I love that. Yes. Okay, Deandra, that's awesome. Well, we can cheer each other on and we can make sure that we are getting more lives in together. So we can hold each other accountable because that's definitely something that I want to do too, for sure. So I feel like this shade Throne is actually like an emerald that has a very, very faint purple shift to it. You're not really going to be able to see it, but it has a little bit of dimension that's really pretty. I love a good like blue/green with a brown. Like, I just love that type of smoky eye. It just makes me so happy. All right. Oh, by the way, I meant to ask because I think I have the background music on. Can you guys hear that background music? Do I have it too loud? Because I have my computer on mute so that you aren't like getting it like feedback. So you'll have to let me know. Thank you, Linda. I mean, seriously, we've only got 2 colors so far and I'm really enjoying this. Okay. So now I am going to let's take another layer of Fay brush. So this is the E13 and I'm just going to take Obsidian, which is, guess what? It's a black. And I'm going to run that right where that teal meets the brown. And we're just going to intensify that crease a little bit. So when I do smoky eyes, sometimes I start with the lid shade and sometimes I start with the transition and work my way down. Sometimes I move all over the place. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like that day. But I do really love this brown color. Okay, good. I'm glad that the music is working well. Thanks, Stephen. All right, if anybody has a black lipstick recommendation for Deandra, we can throw them out here. I don't know that I have ever rocked a black lipstick. Like, I don't even know if I've just tried it on for funsies. So I'm probably not going to be much help there. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm going to go back into the Wayne Goss brush and I'm just going to smooth out this. Where is that I'm seeing? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so let's go into the next goal that I had. And this one I did not do. I wanted to get back into doing deck of panning. If you are familiar, it's something that I did last year. I really enjoyed it too. I loved when I was really into doing that panning project because it really was like gamification of using your makeup. And I think that it kept it fun and fresh. I really used it though as more like rotation of my makeup because I put more of like a usage goals rather than like panning a product. For me, it was just more about like getting more use out of what I was using. And that's really what I was trying to do. And it really helped me. But then I got off track and I was like, okay, we're going to be doing it in 2023. I had a good time with it. I just never even started it because it was just one more thing to kind of like add to the list, try to do it and take the time for it. And I was like, no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like a seasonal shop my stash and rotate through that way. It's a little more simple for me. So that's what I've been doing. But you know, I'm not too sad about it. I think it was a good choice for me right now. I don't want to do it just out of like obligation to myself. I want to do it because I feel like I'm going to enjoy it and it's going to be something that serves a purpose. So, you know, sometimes your goals change and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So for that, for me, I was a little bit bummed on that, but when I really thought about it, it was really what made sense. So what I wrote down was deck of painting 2023, continue to rotate my collection and feel creative. So you know what? I'm still rotating my collection. I still feel like I'm getting creativity out of those things, just in a different way. Are you serious? That's what we're going to do? A live using black lipstick? All right. You heard it here first, folks. If you want to see me wearing a black lipstick, I guess that's going to be what we're using. So I guess I'm going to have to get a black lipstick because, oh no, I'll use my color fix. I can totally use my color fix on my lips. That's what I'll do. So Deandra, I'm down. We'll do a black lipstick live. We can totally do that. That is great. Okay, so I'm just using that brown, by the way. We're just doing like a really quick little pop of color and some good smoky action. I feel like I probably should have popped some eye drops in my eyes. Here, I don't know about you all, but again, the air quality, I feel so bad for everybody in Canada because I know how it's affecting me here, so I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what it's like actually being in Canada right now. And one of the things for me is totally my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to actually take my finger. Can you believe it? I'm going to go into this little like silvery shade right here. It's like a silvery purple taupe. It's called Dimension. We'll do this one here. And we're just going to pop this right on the middle of the eye. Because why not? And then I'm going to use my other finger to blend. Why not? Let's do it. All right. Okay, I feel like I'm checking it. Yes, so I could do that too. Deandra, I don't know if you ever tried that. Have you used like Karma as a black lipstick before? That would be really curious. I would be really curious to see that. For me though, honestly, with some of those products, like if you're using a powder, I still feel like it comes out so matte that for me on my dry lips, I think it would just be brutal. Like I need something that has like a little bit of something. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. I feel like I need just a smidge of concealer. So, let's see here. What should I grab for my concealer? So I'd love to know more goals if anybody has anything. Steven, sometimes seriously. But I feel like, how often are you really going to do a black? Well, how often, unless you're Deandra, are you really going to do a black lip look? So this would be something, for like that special occasion, which is also a good reason to maybe not go out and buy a black lipstick if it's not going to be something that you use all the time, because it's like, well, now I have this like specialty product that I'm not going to wear very often. So that's one thing that I could see. Oh, what was I going to say? But yeah, I definitely could see mixing something like that. If you had something to like mix in, and if you don't have super dry lips, I just feel like that would like really kill my lips. Just using a powder. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like if you're doing the mixology, that's also what I feel like about lip palettes, right? It's like, if I'm mixing a bunch of stuff, how am I supposed to touch that up throughout the day? Or like when people layer, like remember when the little Instagram baddies used to do like a liner and then they'd use 2 lipsticks and blend them together and then they'd use a lip gloss over the top. And I'm like, are you carrying around like, a huge bag just for your lipstick touch up throughout the day, I don't know how that really works. So for me, I don't think that would be my jam, but that's just me. Okay. So I just wanted a little bit more brightness just with that concealer. I love the look of a black lip. Like, I think it can look really badass, really bold. I just don't think I've ever done it. So, okay, Deandra, I'm totally down to try it. Just using a little bit of Hourglass Veil Powder just to get that underneath the eye. All right. So let's see. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and go through with a highlighter. I am going to challenge myself to do a beaming highlight. Let's see. Should we do, I've got the Becca Rose Gold. That would be pretty. And I have Becca Champagne Pop. Or I have the Master Chrome from Maybelline. Ooh, that might be a good one. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, so Denise, here, Mother Nature keeps flirting with giving us rain, but we have not seen heavy rain in quite a while. We could really use the rain. Jeremy, in the summertime, he does lawn care, and it's like, I think he's gone out and mowed like maybe 3 times because we just have not gotten any rain, so the grass just isn't going anywhere. It's really crazy. Ooh, Jody, I like that idea. Okay, so a deep plum. Yeah, that's like an off black, you know, like just like the deepest of deep where it's kind of black, but not really black. I think that is really cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this one. So let's go through. Let's use the little KJH and Spectrum 08 brush here. We'll pop this on. So I have not used a powder highlight in so long, like actively. And I pulled these out into my Summer Shop My Stash just because it's like, if I do want a little glow, this is going to be a way to go without just feeling like it's going to slip slide all over my face. And I remember buying this thinking it was just such a pretty tone because it's kind of peachy. You know, sometimes things lean either too pink or too gold. So sometimes I feel like finding like the perfect peach tone is really hard. I cannot believe I just highlighted my nose. I never highlight my nose. I don't know what's happening right now. Seriously, what just happened there? I did it. I don't know. I think I'm getting possessed. I don't know what's going on. I was going to do my inner corner and I just went for the nose. I don't know who I am. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and pop it on the inner corner. I don't know if they even make these anymore, but look how pretty that is on the inner corner. I'm kind of wondering, since, you know, all the 90s stuff is coming back, if a bright brow bone is going to come back, you know, like the highlighted, super highlighted brow bone. We'll have to see. So that's what that highlight looks like. Again, this is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in Rose Gold Molten. So to me, it is a little bit more peachy than it is in that like rose gold, but it's very, very pretty. All right, we're going to do a little set. I'm just going to use Fix Plus though, just to get a little glow. Okay. Oh, so Stephen, actually, Jeremy and I were just talking about this one lately. My fiance picks my makeup. So I do have a video where he did my makeup, but a picks my makeup, I don't think that we've done. I think he would need some coaching through all of the products to really know like what everything is. And I know at one point I was going to redo the look that he did, but I think at this point I've probably like decluttered some of that stuff. So I might have to think about doing one of those at some point because I think that could be fun. There probably wouldn't be any foundation involved. And it would be maybe like some, I don't know, like a cute eye look, maybe like something fun and sparkly, but like no foundation and no highlighter. I don't know. And like nothing on the lips. I don't know. We'd have to see. That would be actually really curious. I would be very curious to see that. Okay. So did we get a full look on? What do you guys think of this eye look? I think it's actually really pretty, but we do need mascara. So we're going to do that really quick. So I have one more goal that I put in for 2023. And that was to really take a moment. I think we've all been there, and to really separate emotion from maybe an affinity you have for a brand. Maybe it's an affinity you have for a creator, or like even like that collector mentality, right? So maybe you started collecting, or you bought a certain palette from a brand. So like for me, for instance, let's go with, you all know that I'm not really like a Pat McGrath stan. I've never had like a strong affinity for the brand, but I will say that once I got the first Mothership Mega, I loved it so much. And so when the second one came out, I loved that one. And I was like, oh, maybe this is a great way for me to have something to collect from Pat McGrath, because it's at a price point that I think that it's worth it. And it's something that would be fun to have, right? And then the third one came out. And I was like, okay, this has a lot of blues and purples. It's not really in my wheelhouse of what I would normally pick. Am I going to get this? Am I going to keep going with the collection just to be able to say that I have it? Am I really even going to use that palette, or is it just going to sit and be part of a collection? And I decided not to get it, because I was like, it's just going to sit there. I don't think I'm going to pull it out that much. There wasn't anything in that palette that I felt like was really all that unique. It was something that I was like, you know what, you would just be getting it because you started getting them, right? And so I think we've all done that before. I think, maybe we all have something that we're like, ooh, but I have gotten all the ones in the past, so I should keep going. And there's nothing that says you need to do that. You can pick and choose. And also, just because you enjoy a creator, if they come out with a collab or something where, you're like, oh, I want to support them, you can support creators by doing things that don't cost anything. You can like and comment on their content. You can share their content with people. You don't ever have to purchase anything, myself included, by the way. Or if you really want to support them, shop through an affiliate link that they post to buy the things you do want. They're still going to get a commission off of that purchase by you using, an affiliate code or an affiliate link. And so sometimes I just feel like we feel this urge to get the things so that we can tell people how much we enjoy them. And I don't think it's essential. By the way, I'm going through with the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. So I think, or honestly with a brand, and this, by the way, does not mean, so, if you have an affinity for a brand because you really like their ethos, you think, you're proud of what they stand for, you think that they, they, I don't know, I don't want to say behave the way that you want, but you just really align with them. Or let's say that there's a brand that you don't align with, right? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, just separate that emotion and buy whatever the heck you want. I'm saying like, there might be a brand that you really love, but we all need to just take a step and be like, okay, I love this brand, but they came out with an entire neon palette. Do I ever wear neons? Like, as a person, I do, but I'm just saying, like, if you are a person and you don't wear the neons, just take that second to think about whether or not you really need to buy that palette. Like, maybe wait for something that you love. And as Deandra is in here, honestly, I'm just gonna like say, you all know that I have a strong bias for Divina Cosmetics. I love Deandra, but it's honestly not just because I love Deandra. It's because I really love the products, right? But I also know from, conversations that I've had that she has honestly told people like, hey, I know you're doing a no buy. Like, wait, this is not a limited edition product. And I have to say, I really appreciate that, because I think, there are definitely brands out there that it's like, there's a reason why they're super friendly, and we tend to want to buy from the people that we consider ourselves friends with through a parasocial relationship, right? So, just take that step back, and like I said, you can totally support a brand you love by buying the things that you enjoy. You can totally support a creator that you love by buying the things that you're going to enjoy and use. And so we just all have to take that second. And so I really think that I've done pretty well with that this year. There have been some releases that I passed on just because I felt like, not even that I didn't like it, but that it wasn't a need for me at the time. It's like, okay, maybe that is something that I can pass on for right now. It's something that I would probably love to have, but it's not a need for me right now. So just taking that step away from away away from the buying. Yeah, Deandra, I know. And that is one thing also that I think is uh I think as far as I've known you, that you have always tried to make a lot of a product. Yes, things sell out, but there really haven't been that many like little limited edition launches, which creates that sort of like pressure, that sort of like FOMO of like, oh my gosh, there's only going to be 500 of these. I want to be one of the 500. So we kind of get into that like, okay, I should probably grab it now. All right, I am going to pull out. I wanted to pull out the 2 Sephora lipsticks that I purchased when I said I wasn't going to be buying any lip products. Well, especially lip glosses. I said slow my roll on the lipsticks, but honestly, I didn't need either of these. I think I'm going to use this one because this is the Sephora Lip Stories in the Gemini. So part of the reason I got this is it was on hella sale, but Jeremy's a Gemini, and I just thought, oh, this is a really pretty color, but I don't think it's really the vibe for our look tonight. But this other color is so pretty. So this is, oh my gosh. And I remember having trouble with this when I last tried to look. So this is one of the Sephora Rouge. It's like their creamy colors. Holy Lord, this is so tiny. I literally, L37, I'm pretty sure is what it says. I don't know, we can just make it up. But this is this very pretty like rosewood color. So it's like a beautiful, like mauve-y, browned out tone. Very 90s appropriate, as we were talking about 90s. It's like not as cool toned as some of those. These are so comfortable. I don't know why I always have to talk as I'm putting on like slippery lipsticks. I think I did okay there. If I can just say, the one thing about having lip filler is your lip line changes a little bit. So when you just have sort of like muscle memory of where you'd usually put your lipstick, but when you do get lip filler, your lip line does change a little bit. So I have to pay a little bit more attention, because it's like, oh, okay, hold on. I think I just colored outside the lines or too far inside the lines or whatever. So this is pretty. I think I really like this. All right. So I'm really liking this look so far. I would definitely wear this for date night. Jeremy would love it once the lipstick wears off because, this could cause a mess, but we'd look cute while we're at dinner, right? Okay, so I kind of want to catch up on the chat here. Yeah, Stephen, I think a lot of us have a hard time with, separating that emotion. And especially because there is that joy of receiving something and swatching it and, appreciating it and being like, ooh, the pretty thing. And then if it just sits for a while, we just start to realize like, I didn't really need that. It was fun to get, but am I going to really be able to appreciate it in my collection? And I think we all have been there at, one time or another. Yes. Okay. So that's the other thing is like, right. We see these sales of like, hey, this is going away. And we're like, oh my gosh, I kind of wanted that. I thought about getting it at one point. And like you said, just to be able to complete the collection, if it's not something that you really decided that you wanted to buy, you probably don't need it now. So I'm proud of you for taking the time to think about that for sure. Oh, okay, Linda, you know what? I will have to DM you because I think that I have one of the Sydney Grace cream shadows that is actually really close to this green shade that's on my lid. But I'm sure I probably have another shade. So I will definitely let you know if I can find any in my collection for sure. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate that. I really like this one. It's really comfortable. Yes. So you're feeling it too. Yeah. Okay. It's very hard. The FOMO is real. The FOMO is real. And, I think that there's a lot of brands tease things for so long and make it seem so, so exciting. And then, sometimes even if we see the release and it's like, there's still just so much excitement around it that sometimes we just like get sucked into that like little like whirlwind of excitement and we end up buying something that we didn't really need. Yeah, absolutely. Like we swatch them and we're like, ooh, pretty. And then they sit there. So Stephen, this actually isn't a brown based green. It is a full on green that has sort of a, like a little bit of a blurple kind of vibe to it. If you can see that. It's got a little bit of a blue-green shift. So right away, I'm actually thinking, hold on. Please stand by. We're going to swatch. Ooh, I don't know which one is the original one. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Don't go anywhere because I think I might have a match. It might be close-ish. Oh, no, it's not going to be as close. Nope, it's too sparkly. I was going to say the newer Zombie from Divina, but it's so much more sparkly. So I'm going to have to find something that doesn't have quite as much reflectivity, but this one is pretty. This one, oh my gosh, there we go. It's very pretty and shiny, but it's a little shinier than what this green is. So I will let you know, Linda, because I think I might have one that's not quite so sparkly. Yeah, so sorry, I just got distracted because I was like, ooh, maybe like Zombie Reborn is going to be a good match. So yeah, so I think that, you know, we all, especially after maybe taking some time with stress in the world and everything and just like finding that joy in makeup purchases and then realizing we sort of step away from that for a second and we're like, okay, I've got a lot of makeup now. And I will say, you know, I feel like for me, even just like if I take the creator side away from it, because I've always said I will not buy something just to review it. I will only buy things if I feel like they have a place in my collection that I will love them. So for me, I really haven't been spending as much as I have in the past on makeup. I know I've been going down the fragrance like rabbit hole, but as far as makeup goes, I really haven't been doing that much. And what it's really helped me do is honestly have a lot of fun with what I have because I can see it. I find it. I don't lose it. You know, I'm really able to open a drawer and not have quite so much overwhelm. Could I be more minimalistic? Absolutely. Like, bleh. I'm not even close to like minimalist. I'm a maximalist all the way, but I'm trying to live on this side of that, right? I'm never going to get over here. That's just not me, but I don't necessarily need to be over here. I'd kind of like to get here and I'm sort of here right now, right? Well, at least in my world. So that is my thought on that. Hey Mel, thanks for coming in. It's so great to see you. I know you've got a lot going on as I like wave a makeup wipe at you. That was weird. All right. So I'm just going to kind of run back through this as far as my goals went. So no skincare until May, and that excludes repurchases of my VIP products. So I'm definitely doing good there. And like I said, I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to continue because I don't need anything right now at all. Maybe a sunscreen. I might try a new sunscreen because I do have a few, but I will be needing something by the end of summer. So if there's something that's like really like, you know, striking my fancy, I might grab one. Then the next one was organize my makeup cabinet and organize my skincare by category. So I did organize my skincare and some of my makeup cabinet. I need to go through my like, I don't even want to call it backups because I actually don't have that many backups anymore, but like my extras and then all of my giveaway stuff, which by the way, for anybody who hopped in here after the fact, I am doing a giveaway tonight. So if you made it into the chat, I'm giving away the Viseart Neutral Mattes Milieu palette and then a set of little Luxie eye brushes. So all you have to do to be qualified to enter, you have to be here in the live chat at some point, and you can just put a purple heart into the chat along with a way to contact you. It could be your Instagram handle, it could be your email, but these two will be going to someone. So thank you so much. I will make sure I'll probably post it on my Instagram within a week so that I can make sure to get that sent out. Okay, so I'm doing pretty good on that. I just need to do more organization in that little like giveaway cabinet and the extras. So then limited lip purchases. I failed here. And you know what? I do not need any more lips. I do not need any more lips. I am honestly going to right now say, okay. I'm going to say that the only brand that I am going to purchase before the holidays, if anything comes out, is Lisa Eldridge. That's it. So I'm not purchasing anything else. And I don't think that Lisa has any lip stuff planned right now, but I will reevaluate come November to decide. But I'm going to go through everything and not purchase any more lip stuff until November. I'm saying that right now. Okay. So Deck of Panning 2023, as I mentioned, I didn't do that and I'm not super sad about it. I'm enjoying doing my Shop My Stash. I think I'm going to do them slightly more frequently. So I will probably do one at the end of summer. If you missed my early summer one, that is here on my channel. So you can check that out. But I will be doing a late summer, a little spicy edition, if you will. And then separating the emotion from brands / creators / collect, that collector mentality. So really just taking a step back to be like, am I getting this because it's something that's going to fill a hole in my collection that I'm missing? Or am I getting it because I'm really excited and I care about the creator that collabed it, or I really enjoy the brand, or because I've just purchased all the other things and why not keep going? Or is it really having a place in my life? So just take that step back and see. And also, honestly, take a step back and look at what you have. Because I know I've done it before. I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have anything like that. And then I get it. And then I'm like, actually, in the back of my drawer, I actually had a couple palettes that are like that. Or, oh, I have a lipstick that's almost that exact shade. Or some of those things. So just taking that breath. So, am I going to be adding anything in for the rest of the year? So I think what I need to do is a 1 in, 1 out. So if I get a blush or like a cream blush, or if I get a cream bronzer, I need to get rid of at least one of them. If I, add in anything, I need to take one out. So obviously, if it's like a repurchase to replenish something that I ran out of, that's fine. But I just think that I'm liking where my collection is. I worked really hard, when I did my eyeshadow declutter series and all of that, I worked really hard to get to a more like manageable collection. So it's going to be a 1 in, 1 out for me. So that's going to be the other thing that I have. Steven, that's a great question. Thank you for that one. Is PR included in the 1 in and 1 out rule? No, because here's the thing. I will honestly say that there are times that I get things in PR that I wouldn't have purchased, but maybe still kind of enjoy, so I don't think that it's a 1 in, 1 out right then. I will say, like, honestly, when that happens to me. So for instance, when BK Beauty was nice enough to send over all 12 of the lipsticks that they have, there are a couple shades in the original ones. Like I have a couple of them, but there are a couple shades that I just won't use. So I didn't swatch them. Like I didn't touch them. I will end up giving them away, whether it's to friends, family, whether I do a giveaway with them. So I try to be as good about that as I can. But other times where I'm getting PR and I'm truly interested in trying something, I don't think that will count. It'll be more for like purchases only. But that being said, I almost feel like there should be like maybe like a limbo where it's like, okay, I'm trying to decide if I'm actually going to keep this in my collection or not. But as of right now, that isn't going to count towards the 1 in, 1 out. Luckily, right now I don't get enough PR to really like even have that matter. So it's sort of like a, something that, it probably is not going to be a case that I have to worry about for right now. Okay. Yeah, Linda, 1 in, 1 out with clothes too. That's really smart. I was pretty good about that for a while and I haven't been. I kind of go through stages where I like buy all the clothes and then like no clothes for like a year and then all the clothes. Right now I'm on a buying no clothes thing. So I don't have to worry about that, but that is really good. Thank you for encouraging me to continue with that if I ever do get some new clothes here at some point. Because I literally just the other day was thinking like, I really kind of need a couple things to like spice up more like work outfits. Like I'm just like, I feel like I'm wearing the same things all the time to work. So thank you for that. Because that means that if I buy something, I need to get rid of something that's just been sitting in my closet. All right, everyone. So just again, one more reminder to get your hearts in the comments for anybody that's here in the live chat. And if you are watching the replay and you want to share your goals, I would really love to know. I would love to cheer you on. We can all kind of like touch base with each other, see how we're doing. So if you have anything you'd like to share, please feel free to drop it in the comments. And thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I'm really having a good time connecting with you all. I am hoping to start doing these, like I said, more frequently, and not just the black lipstick collab with Deandra. We're gonna, some other lives as well. So I will definitely be doing them in the future. If you have anything that you would like to see in a live, I would love it if you would post it in the comments, like in the actual comments on this video, if you could, or DM me, just so that way I have a good place to kind of keep track of them. Okay, Jody, I want to see this goal. You had a goal to purchase just one eyeshadow palette a month. You haven't broken it too badly. 9 palettes this year. Oh, that's not too bad. That's really not too bad. 6 months, 9 palettes. I applaud you. That's really pretty good. Okay, so Hot Mess Tom does a thing where new stuff sits in purgatory until they decide if they're inviting the product into their collection. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's kind of valid. I find, though, that if I have stuff set to the side, I don't think about using it. So for me to give things a fair chance, they have to like live with the fam. They have to live with the fam, see if it works out. If not, they're on like, what do you call that? Probation. They're on probation. So I'm not going to have a purgatory. Maybe I'll just have a probation land. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So I agree. So Jilly, I think for me, it's sort of like if I have gone through something a couple times and said, I'm going to use this, and then I don't use it, it's sort of like, okay, 2 strikes and you're out. So I do know, like, I just had a product. I'm actually going to be doing like a little mini declutter video coming up, because I've just seen some things in my collection, and it wasn't even like I need to do a declutter. It's just like I was going through a drawer and I'm like, what the hell am I doing keeping this? Or a couple things that were in my shop, my stash, that I was like, yep, tried it, didn't like it, or pulled it out to use it and still never did. So it's kind of one of those things where, I think sometimes we can do it if we really try and if we are honest with ourselves. But I know that I've definitely been there too. I have some things probably right now that are lurking that probably should be decluttered, and I'm just not ready for it yet. All right, great. So thank you everyone so much. I really appreciate you. Oh, Mel, I want to see what you have here. A skincare no buy all year. That's right. You said that, which is incredible. So, oh, okay. Yeah. So what you have gotten is in FabFitFun or samples from Ulta. That doesn't count. Like if you're getting samples from something, as long as you're not buying them, I don't think that really counts. FabFitFun, that's another thing. I will say, like, this year of not really doing any makeup subscriptions, or I really haven't done any mystery boxes recently. I am going to be doing Sydney Grace mystery bags, y'all. I'm doing those. But other than that, because you do get so much skincare in those things, and that is such a personal preference thing. I'm just realizing that, like, I just need to not do that. So I have kind of let go of those subscriptions for myself, but it's starting somewhere. So you're doing better than if you hadn't put that goal on yourself at all, right? So that's sort of part of it. So I want to thank you all again so much. I also want to applaud all of you. If you do have goals and you're trying to keep track of them, it's better than just being unaware at all, right? Because this is all a learning curve. Like I said, some of mine I feel like I'm doing pretty good on. Some I just completely like blacked out and didn't even remember at all. So it's progress, not perfection. And I want to thank you all for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. It really does mean so much. I know I say that, but it really does. That's why I'm here, to hang out with all of you in tonight's live. So again, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, but that is going to be it for all tonight. And I will see you really soon. Bye. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much.